And we are live. What's going on, folks? Welcome to episode number 41 of the Nuclear Golf Podcast. My name is John. I'm the co-owner of Nuclear Golf and TW Legion, joined tonight by Ryan from JT Legion, Hutch Bennett, one of our Nuclear Golf ambassadors, and Joey over on Scheffler Fans.
You left out my part-time host title.
Oh, yeah. Part-time host. I forgot. You've done it twice now.
The B squad, the backup, the terrible one. Knock off John. Timu John.
Give yourself some credit. You're pretty good at it. I thought you were pretty good at it. You're hard on yourself.
Great.
I'm back. Had a birthday last week and ready to roll tonight. So we've got a few things on deck tonight. Obviously, the big news of the week, Live Golf moving to 72 holes. Used to play 54, 72 now. We're going to chat all about it in detail. We'll have player reaction to the move as well. Some comments from Rory, Bryson, Rom, and a few others. Minwoo Lee is staying on the PGA Tour. I'm not sure how serious those rumors were, but obviously serious enough for him to play into it, do an interview, post a meme. So, I mean, obviously, maybe there was some discussions, or maybe he's just kind of doubling down on his allegiance to the tour. But we'll get into that. Ben Griffin, once again, kid just stays hot. Third win of the season. It's only 3 guys, I believe, on the tour that have 3 wins in 2025. Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, and Ben Griffin. I'm not sure if
continues.
Yeah, I don't think I would have said that.
Yeah, asterisk though. Scotty wasn't playing.
Yeah. Good point. Was it Scotty or was it Range Goats guy there? Can't even think of his name right now.
Taylor Gooch.
Taylor Gooch, baby.
Yeah. Aaron Rai won in Abu Dhabi. Gary Player is playing the PNC Championship at age 90. And of course, the big news from today is that the tour is adding an event in North Carolina. Going to be a fall event taking place next year, week before the President's Cup, I believe. President's Cup's at Medina. And this will kind of be like a prep tournament for some of the guys that like to play the week before. So let's get into it, fellas. There's lots to discuss tonight. We'll start off with the obvious topic, Live Golf moving to 72 holes. Just your guys' initial thoughts. The Live name is literally Roman numerals for 54 when they created the league, and now they're moving over to full 4 rounds, 72 holes. What do you guys make of the decision? Joey, start with you.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of angles to it. I know the whole kind of thing about Live in the beginning was making a statement of, look, it's less golf. We're going to pay you more. Like, it's just an easier way of life on the players. I don't disagree with it necessarily. I think, look, if you're going to make an angle to go be a little bit more official and have guys get points, and I'm sure we'll get into that, that's one of those things that you have to do to, at least equate playing ground to PGA Tour so you can at least have the similar numbers. But yeah, I mean, I know they were pretty hard on 54 holes in the beginning, and that was kind of, again, one of their selling points to the players. And I'm not too sure how all of them feel about it. I know we've heard from some, but yeah, a little interesting. But overall, I don't hate it. It's just kind of going back on what kind of the foundation of Live was.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing. If you're going to make comps to players winning golf tournaments across the different tours, you should probably play the same number of holes. I would think that makes a big difference. I know that there was something that came out online that in 2024 they did a vote, and it was like, what, 3 of 48 players voted for that or something like that. So, I don't know if they all changed their mind in 2025. My guess is not, but they made they made the decision to move to 72, which I think is a good move.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in pursuit of getting world rankings points, right? Like, it's part of the process. I'm not saying that's the final step. I know there's a lot going on with their international series and their qualifiers and things like that they've got to work through, as well as strength of field concerns that they got to work through with the official world golf rankings. But I think that's ultimately what the end goal is. I never thought it was a huge deal that they played 54 instead of 72. Like, as long as everybody's playing the same amount of holes, doesn't really matter. Like, the winner's the winner. I mean, you see it sometimes on the PGA Tour where weather shortens it to 3 rounds. And as we've talked about ad nauseum on this show, like Champions Tour's 54 holes, like it's just part of it. It's definitely a move, though. They've kind of been moving in the right direction towards getting those ranking points, and that's kind of what they're trying to do. And you're seeing golf. I mean, in general, like you want the rankings points for mostly for majors, right? For players to qualify. You're seeing the majors kind of open up some pathways for that. So I think everybody's just kind of opening up to the idea of it. So for me, like, I know it's a big piece of news, and a lot of people feel like it's walking back on what they started as, but it's just an evolution, I think. I mean, this news wasn't really big news for me because I thought we would kind of always end up here if we were serious about getting world ranking points.
I guess there's a chance that, I mean, I think at the creation of Live, they knew that this was a possibility, and you can sell the pipe dream of 54 holes, give guys a bunch of money, and then you're going to try to change it down the line. And I mean, I don't think the players are going to have enough issue that anyone's going to leave Live because of it. The money's good. They're in a good situation. They're comfortable. They've already made the adjustment and the move. So I don't know. Maybe it was strategic. There could be zero, I don't know if that's true at all, but I could see them definitely kind of planning that out for a while.
So, Ryan, you made an interesting point about making reference to the survey. We know that, Tyrrell Hatton made the comment. He said that there was only 3 guys at the end of 2024 who felt that 72 holes was what they were in favor of, right? It's interesting. I mean, we know there are guys on Live that were advocating for this kind of from the start. Like, there's competitive guys on that tour who you could honestly say they would prefer 72 holes. Like, I think John Rahm would be one guy. I think Bryson DeChambeau would probably be another. I think Tyrrell would be another one, to be honest. There's some others. Now, not every guy on Live probably is in favor of 72 holes, even now. Some of these guys were signing up for an easier schedule, a lighter workload, a more chiller, relaxed environment, which, they're getting. But I highly doubt that they're all thrilled about this new direction. Now, Rory McIlroy, immediate reaction to the move. Speaking in Abu Dhabi, he said, "I think it's a peculiar move because I think they could have got ranking points with 3 rounds. I don't think 3 rounds versus 4 rounds is what was holding them back. It certainly puts them more in line with traditional golf tournaments. That's what we've all done. It brings them back into not really being a destructor and sort of falling more in line with what everyone else does. But if that's what they felt they needed to do to get the ranking points, I guess that's what they had to do." Interesting comments from Rory McIlroy. Lee Westwood wasted no time responding to Rory McIlroy's comment about that. He said, "I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to what Rory says. He'll change his mind by next week." So, interesting back and forth there between 2 guys who are, pretty loyal to each of their own tours now, right? We also had reaction from Bryson and Rahm. So, it's the usual stuff. They're in favor of this move. But, I mean, I think we could all agree that, maybe Ian Poulter isn't craving 72 holes of golf when he heads to wherever he heads to play a Live tournament. Would you guys agree with that?
Ian Poulter is lucky to still be on the tour. So if he plays like he did last year, he may not have to worry about it the year after next.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's not. I mean, yeah, the guys at the top pinnacle of Live that want to compete in majors are going to want to compete in 4 rounds of golf. That's what they're used to their entire life. And some of the guys that use Live as a resource to play less golf, make good money, still get to do the game they love and be involved, they're obviously going to be opposed to it. Again, whether they make a stance and it becomes a thing, I doubt it. I'm sure they'll just kind of conform and do it. And look, if you can't make it through 4 rounds of golf, you're still making plenty of good money probably doing it anyway. So probably suck it up. Would probably be the memo from Liv.
Yeah, I would think that there's probably, if we go back to that questionnaire, the polling, I would think that the numbers increased to maybe 10 or 15 guys who want to do that. I mean, your Waco Neiman's is another guy that's
Mhm.
probably in favor of 72 holes.
Yeah.
And then the guys who, I don't want to say don't care, but like I love Brooks Koepka, but he doesn't need 72 holes to get into the majors. So he's not a guy that maybe right now, especially like going
Yeah.
through injury rehab or whatever, not that he's injured now, but just on the back end of all the things he's gone through, like I mean he probably doesn't want to play 72 holes. Let's be honest, DJ does not want to play 72 holes. DJ has said DJ doesn't want to play many more holes in his life, basically, unless it's in majors. So it's and as far as the Rory comments, I didn't understand less of a disruptor or destructor, whichever one he said. Like I didn't understand that at all. I don't know how 72 holes on a tour that you don't like makes a difference over 54 holes. So that I didn't quite understand. But he's Rory likes to chime in, so that's what it is.
It's no accident that no coincidence, I should say, the same day that Liv announced that they'd be moving to 72 holes, the PGA Tour, I believe, issued a statement to Sports Illustrated or leaked to Sports Illustrated that any PGA Tour member or anyone affiliated with PGA Tour in any shape or form would be suspended if they attempt to try and qualify for Liv at the promotions event, because the promotions event is taking place in North America this year, which is new. That's a change from the past, right? It used to be overseas. So that was interesting. Let's just, go around the horn here. When do you guys think that Liv Golf is going to now get world ranking points? Are they going to get world ranking points with this move? And when? Before we do that, Bryson DeChambeau gave sort of a hint into it all. He said, for the good of the game, we needed a path forward. By moving to 72 holes, Liv Golf is taking a proactive step to align with the historic format recognized globally. This is a fantastic evolution of the Liv Golf product, showing how our league listens and adapts to create the best possible experience. So there you kind of see it right there, right? It's, they're alluding to the fact that in order to get ranking points, they needed to do this. They didn't really have much of a choice. Every other tour that gets ranking points essentially is 72 holes, right? It's just the standard. So no surprise there. But yeah, let's go around the horn. When do you guys think Liv Golf will be getting ranking points following this move to 72 holes? Ryan?
Yeah, it could be as early as next season, but I think that the thing that they have to figure out now is it equal to the amount of points that are dished out in each PGA tournament or each other tournament around the world? The strength of field is now the big question, right? So they have to figure that out. And I do think you have a guy in Trevor Immelman, which is the chair of the World Golf Ranking points. I think he's a very reasonable dude, and he's never been super anti-Liv that I know of or anything like that. I mean, he might not love the format, but I think he's reasonable. I think he operates with common sense. So if they can figure out the strength of field, which I don't think would be hard for those guys because they can figure out across all the other tours, I think it could be as early as next year. The latest would be 2027.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. You could see it, like Brian said, you could see it as early as this coming year. I mean, that's feasible. There's some hurdles to get over. I think more realistically, probably 2027. I also don't know if it's like, can they start getting them like in the middle of the season, or does it have to be at the beginning of the season? That's the other thing. Because if they don't, like, they could get it midway through the season. I mean, who knows? But I think that it's not a question anymore of if they're going to get it. I think it's kind of foregone that they are. By all accounts, like you were saying, Ryan, like Immelman's never been staunchly anti-Liv. It's not like he's Brandel Chamblee over here, like anything like that. And two, like the new CEO of Liv has been very productive for this too, because I don't think previously, I know we said that, Liv may have entertained the idea of going to 72, at least in their heads, but I don't think if Greg Norman was calling the shots, they'd probably be doing that, because he seemed to be all about just disrupt the system, like F the man, whatever, you know what I mean? So I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion to me that they're going to get it. 2027 is probably more realistic to me because that give them enough time to get over these last remaining hurdles. But 2026 is not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I lean towards 27, mainly just because it's a process. We've seen it before that they initially applied at inception, and obviously that was a lot more debatable. Obviously, you have a new league, and I think it just caused a lot of reasons for concern. As far as I know, I think there was an attempt to try to gain that back over the summer, and I think it takes anywhere from like a year to a year and a half to really actually accept that and then get it implemented. So maybe they could do that in the middle of next season. I don't see that really happening. I think that they're going to try to phase this out, and also I think that the 72 is a step that Liv is serious about. Trying to do what they need to do on their end to earn ranking points. But I'm sure there's a couple other things, kind of like you said, Hutch, some hurdles and some legality things. There's probably a lot that needs to go into it before they're finally recognized as a point earning league. So at 27, I guess it could go even further if there's some sort of major, blockade again. But yeah, I could find somewhere probably in the 27 season that this will probably end up getting rolled out.
I don't know if this is going to happen. My prediction, I'm just going to go off the wall and say that it's going to be at the beginning of this season. I don't know why. I just have a feeling they've been talking about this for a while, obviously. I know that the stuff doesn't just happen overnight, but clearly, they've been having discussions with the official World Golf Ranking. There's been, kind of murmurs that we could be getting news on this front as well. So I would not be surprised. Like, they don't start their season until like mid-February, right? Early to mid-February. So I just won't be surprised, honestly, if everything's getting in place right now. I mean, this was one of the big hurdles that was remaining. They've already opened up the pathways and stuff with the Asian Tour, along with the qualifying criteria to get into Live, the promotions event. Like, they're making headway there in terms of what they've been asked to do. Like, they didn't just start making these changes all of a sudden. They've been having discussions at the Masters. There was a sighting between Immelman and the CEO of Liv under a tree. Like, this isn't like it's just coming about randomly all of a sudden. So
do you guys think that my question would be, do you guys think that if and when they get the points, if they continue to give out some signing bonuses, do you think that more people are going to defect?
Possibly. Yeah. I don't think you're going to see your top. I don't think you're going to see your core 20 guys defect. And obviously the
I think
core
you
20,
might see a few of them.
If they have no current major status, they won't defect. If they have some major status for the next couple of years, sure, I can see that. But I think that's the driving factor behind it all, to be honest. And to your point, John, I think 72 holes was the biggest hurdle for them to get at least fairly equal ranking points. It's not going to be apples to apples because strength of field is going to make a difference. But I do think that was the biggest hurdle. But I like Minwoo Lee. I never saw that happening. The Tony Finau rumors, I've just never seen it happening. I think that was all started by bots, to be honest, online. So
I honestly think that there was some sort of conversation with Minwoo Lee. Like, he's a global guy. He's got the flair. And I think that would be the type of player that a Live Golf would target, to be honest. And, we do receive, different things in our DMs. Like, they're, potentially not credible whatsoever. But we did hear like whispers about it. Nothing credible or anything like that. I do find it surprising that he kind of went out of his way to do an interview with an Australian publication, that he's kind of like made his decision. And if you read the quotes, it's kind of reads like he had a decision to make. So that's why I think that it was a plausible potential option for him.
But remember when Tony Finau and his wife, they did the same thing. They did that whole like Instagram thing, like the suspenseful moment post or whatever, and it was supposed to be like, "Hey, I'm leaving," but he's like, "I'm not."
Again, like Tony Finau, like definitely had some sort of conversation as well, though. Like
Yeah.
there was too much smoke there, and I know it didn't turn into a fire, but there was some smolders for a bit. You know, when
Yeah.
they're in conversations, agents are chatting, whatever, right? They ultimately decide to not go forward with it.
I mean, as Liv, like you're kind of dumb if you don't at least intend to go after someone like Minwoo Lee. He's got the young demographic, very online. Like that is probably top 3 players in terms of just kind of selling your vision. Obviously, if you can go get one of the better players on tour, great. Not going to happen, most likely. But Minwoo kind of falls in that group where, in terms of playing performance, would fit right in with Liv, do very well, but also just has all the online social presence. So I'm sure that they made an attempt to reach out to him. How serious he took that? I mean, it could be as simple as, hey, here's what we would throw on the table to you. He talks with his agent. He's like, yeah, okay, it took me like 12 hours to decide. I'm not doing it. But, you know, when somebody comes to you like that, and I'm sure a lot of the players that are still playing on the tour were approached in the last several years. I mean, there's definitely a decision to be made, even if it's a quick and easy one. I think that there's probably a process involved with the agent. So,
Yeah. Now, before we turn the page here, Golf Digest did report, you know, we talked about it on the show about a month ago that, you know, Liv is actively targeting 2 recent tour winners, first time tour winners, I believe was what they reported. If you went down the list, and I mean, we're coming up on that point in the calendar where those types of announcements would be getting closer here, right? Like, you know, they could be announced like after Christmas before the season begins. Like that would probably be when they're announced. But a couple of guys that we had kind of circled as potentials were Potgieter, I believe, was one.
Yeah.
The other one was who won the
Didn't we say
Genesis
Gotterup?
Challenge? Gotterup, yeah. I mean, 2 guys that, you know, you could see going, like wouldn't be completely shocked. But again, remains to be seen. You know, there's rumors that like they could be expanding the field, like adding a couple more teams, like trademarks have been filed for a couple of extra team names affiliated with Liv. Who knows if those are going to come to fruition in 2026 or if that's farther on down the road. But, you know, there's whispers that there could be expanding the field to however many guys, 60 or 56 or whatever it may be, right? I guess it would have to be, if there's 4 guys on a team, it would need to be either 8 or 12 from where they are now. So be looking at, you know, 60 potentially if they had 3 more teams.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
it's the strength of field is a big thing. Like they're going to have to address that for sure. And it's part of it's just they're hurt by the lack of world ranking points they've gotten over the last 4 years or whatever. Like, so their strength of field, of course, is going to be lower. It's hard to make that up. So I don't know what the answer is. Surely they'll have to come up with something, though.
All right, let's turn the page. You know, the big news of today, Monday, November 10th, is that, I mean, this was talked about. We knew this was coming, but a new tour event is being added to the 2026 schedule. It's going to be a fall series event. It's called the Biltmore Championship, and it's taking place in Asheville, North Carolina. So this is September 17th to 20th. It's the week before the President's Cup. Being played at the Cliffs at Walnut Cove. I believe it's a Jack Nicklaus design. This is a 4-year sponsorship deal, and this joins the Procore Championship in the Napa Valley as the only other event in September, in the month of September. So curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Obviously, we also have the Good Championship taking place next fall as well in November, which was another new tournament that was announced. That one is over in Austin, Texas. This is in North Carolina. So we've already got the Truist Championship, which is in North Carolina, right? This is another event. Actually, is there 3 events in North Carolina?
Yeah, Greensboro is the other one.
Greensboro as well. Yeah,
Wyndham, baby.
Yeah, I can't forget the Wyndham.
Tiger flop shot. Teal green.
2015.
Teal shirt.
Yeah, and hat.
Teal hat. He looked like I don't know what he looked like, but
a fish
of some.
Ryan's fired up for this one.
anyways, Biltmore Championship. I don't know if you guys are fired up for this or not. Maybe the field is going to be better than we're anticipating just because it's the week before the President's Cup. If this wasn't the week prior to the President's Cup, I would probably say whatever. It's another fall event. Things kind of slow down after the playoffs, but maybe with it being the week before, we'll see a little bit better of a field at a cool private course. It's a private course, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Joey's right. I'm pretty fired up about it. I mean, anything in North Carolina, I'm good. I'm good with adding another course. It's not too far from where Joey is too. Just got to cross the state line.
Yeah.
The Cliffs are beautiful courses down there. I know not that they're not well known by everybody, but it's a set. I can't remember exactly how many Cliffs courses there are, but they're all beautiful. They're maintained. They're pristine. Love the fact that I kind of love where it falls. The only thing I can see as a negative is like in late September and that part of the country, it can get pretty cold. Like cold for a Jupiter, Florida golfer. Cold, not Canada cold, John. But I can see some 40-degree temperatures down there. Nobody, and those guys are pretty spoiled. But they're not loving playing in 40-degree temperatures in the morning at a 7 a.m. tee time. But love that it's there. It's a beautiful place. I think it will get to showcase the western part of North Carolina, the states down there, and how beautiful it will be, especially if the leaves have started to turn down there. It's just the views are magnificent. So yeah, I'm fired up for it.
Yeah, Asheville's great. Obviously, all the hurricane damage that was over in western North Carolina and just that whole area. I think it was Helene that came through last year and just destroyed so much of that. So that is a positive to see that they're going to be able to get some representation and get a tour event down there. And I think overall, overarching, I think this is the kind of vision for a PGA moving forward with Brian Rolap. And I think it's, again, sprinkling in these events. Is anybody, going crazy about a fall event being added? And obviously the President's Cup and where this aligns on the schedule is a little bit more interesting. But I don't think there's anything bad to say about it. I think it adds a tournament to somewhere on the map where, me here in Knoxville, like I either got to drive to Memphis or down and see Hutch at East Lake. Other than that, it's, up to Kentucky maybe every now and then, but it's a good area on the map for a tournament. It is really pretty, as Ryan said. And just for the future of the PGA, I like these little additions.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see, like John said, about the strength of field being the week before the President's Cup. Because I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit off air, but like we just don't take the President's Cup as seriously as we take the Ryder Cup. I don't think anybody wants to say that out loud, but that's the truth, right? Like, I don't know that we kind of go into President's Cups assuming that it's going to be an easy victory and it's just kind of entertainment and blah, blah, and whatever. So I don't know how many people are going to end up playing. Maybe it's one of those things where isn't it Snedeker who's the captain?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. Maybe it's one of those things where he like convinces everybody to play there. Who knows? I'd be interested to see the quality of the field, because otherwise, like you say, John, I'd just be like, yeah, cool venue, but it's another fall event. So is Tiger going to be there? No.
Yeah. It's a good point, Hutch. Because you're right. Like going into this year's President's Cup, Keegan Bradley had, all the guys in Napa, an event that typically nobody would at. I mean, you'd have one or two guys from that area, maybe, maybe have like Xander or someone, but you don't usually have a loaded field for an event like that. Now, going into the President's Cup, like you said, who knows if they're going to take the prep as serious as they would for a Ryder Cup. So if I had to guess, it would be no. Like, I don't know if I foresee the entire team being out there playing the week before, but we'll see. It's not a far commute to Medina, so there's that, right? So we'll see. All right. Well, anyways, regardless, it's a new tournament. Beautiful scenery, like you guys mentioned. So looking forward to it. Some new tournaments next year, changing it up. I think that's kind of the main thing. We can look forward to something different next fall. Spice things up a little bit, because the fall series can be, pretty dry sometimes. Ben Griffin. I mean, this guy just won't go away. 3 wins in 2025. Like, can you believe that? 3 wins. Wins the Worldwide Technology Championship down in Mexico at El Cardinal. in Cabo, which is a beautiful, beautiful place, by the way. Just an incredible place to be for a vacation, to play golf, great food. I mean, I haven't been there, but I know, Tiger designed the course. He's not there, but just a beautiful property there, the Diamante Resort. It's his third win of the season. He joins Rory McIlroy and Scotty Scheffler as the only 3-time winners this year. And I don't think I expected that to be the case when we started the year. Did you guys?
No. No, but to his credit, like his form has stayed solid throughout the year, and I think we probably can all say we didn't expect that to remain true. So, good on him for winning, and good on him for just keeping form even into this time of year when he could just be getting in reps, honestly, and he's down there and he's competing hard, and I think he even had a quote, John. Maybe hopefully this wasn't AI, but he was talking about like, hey, once I saw Scotty wasn't playing, I was like, I know I gotta go. Something like that. It's for a chance to win. I think I saw that. So, but good on him, honestly. Like his form has stayed it stayed solid all year. So, definitely surprised. Would not have said that he's having 3 wins this year though.
He's just staying so consistent. Like I know I don't know. I like to chirp on him a little bit. I think I wasn't too fond of him earlier in the season. I don't know. Maybe it was the glasses or the creatine. I don't know. But in fairness, staying really consistent. He looks in great shape. He's just playing great golf. So he's probably going to – I'd keep it up. Like go through this next season. He's kind of already reached that point where like the guys that get hot and settle back down, would have been an event that – he goes and T40s it, and it's like, okay, maybe he's taken kind of a step back, but to kind of come out and in this time of the year and still look sharp as ever, he's got to feel like insanely confident heading into next season to just hit the ground running right where he left off.
Now, go ahead, Hutch. Sorry.
I know I made a lot of jokes earlier this year about his Linsanity run and all that good stuff, but like, brothers kept it going. I got to give him credit for that. He's really. This is way longer than Jeremy Lin's Linsanity run was. Let's say it like that. So good for him. And I agree with you, Joey. Like he can just hit the ground running next year.
Wasn't Linsanity only like 8 or 9 games? Like it was a gross amount.
No, I mean it was more than that. But I mean he was
like peak Linsanity. I think.
It was like 9 or 10 games. Yeah, he was like averaging just crazy number. And Carmelo Anthony was hurt at the time too. So that's another part of it where their best player wasn't there, so they just needed somebody. So yeah. But good for him. Hey, by all means, if you can keep it going, go for it.
Now, his other wins this season were not like incredible tournaments. Like he won the Zurich with Andrew Novak, I believe, and he won the Schwab. He won the Charles Schwab. A win's a win. Doesn't really matter. Like he had high finishes at other events too. Like
he played good enough to get on the Ryder Cup team. I mean, that's the biggest litmus test, right? Like.
Did he not have like
some deserving live guy?
Yeah, did he not have some pretty high results in the majors? I'm just pulling it up. He's
top 5s.
Yeah, he was T4 in Mexico, T4 at the Cognizant. T8 at the PGA, T10 at the US Open, missed the cut at the Open, second at the Procore. Like he's had quite a fall. Like, and then in the playoff events too, like he was T11 Wyndham, T9 FedEx St. Jude, T12 BMW, T10 Tour Championship. Like, this guy is right up there with the best in the world this season. So, hats off to Ben Griffin. Honestly, 3 wins, huge win this week. I think he's also getting married. So an emotional moment, we call it, after the round there with his fiance on the green. She was really choked up just thinking about this being, I think, the last event prior to marriage, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, congratulations to Ben Griffin. Another win for him. It's been a big season, and we're looking forward to seeing how he performs in 2026. Aaron Rai won the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship for his 3rd career DP World Tour victory on Sunday. Beat Tommy Fleetwood in a playoff, which would have been quite a story because Tommy Fleetwood's really stepped up his game this season. Obviously won the Tour Championship, right? And then he also Did he have another win in there as well on the DP World Tour? Can't remember.
Yes, I believe he did.
I believe he
He uses
did like
iron
earlier.
covers, I know that.
I think earlier in the season he had a win on the DP, right? But if he did hold on, if he would have won in that playoff, it would have been his third career win in Abu Dhabi if he was able to have gotten it done. Now, can't be mistaken that Rory McIlroy almost came in from behind and stole this tournament from everyone. Shot 10 under 62 on Sunday, which is no surprise, honestly. It feels like more often than not this year when Rory McIlroy plays these DP World Tour events, when all of the East Coast is sleeping, you wake up in the morning, you think he's completely out of it. You check the DP World Tour app. Oh, Rory McIlroy's second or third place right now. He's 9 under par on the day. It's like, what is going on? This guy can literally fire it up on Sunday to a level that other guys can't. Wasn't able to get it done, obviously, but I mean, Aaron Rai, great story. It's his third career DP World Tour win. I don't know if you guys tuned in at all to this tournament or care at all, but I would have been hyped up if Fleetwood won, to be honest. But
I think it was Rai's third European win, or the last European win he had was against Tommy Fleetwood in the 2020 Scottish Open or something like that in a playoff. So if you're Tommy Fleetwood, you don't want to catch Aaron Rai in a playoff in Europe or anywhere on the DP World Tour.
If you're Tommy Fleetwood, you just need to have your caddy go take his iron covers off, and then that would throw him all out of whack, to be honest.
Or take one of his gloves. I saw him, he had one of the, it was like on the 18th tee, someone made a joke. He was using one of those like peg tees, and they were like, that's just absurd, but sales are probably going to go up this week because clearly something works.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Such a funny
look. No.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Am I having to be back?
Look at us. Look at this.
All right, let me pull up my list here, boys. Oh, good. John dipped out. Perfect time for me to segue into Gary friggin' Player.
Oh, no, he's back. You spawned John back. That is a
spawn John back.
If you would have told me that Gary Player would have been in the show 3 weeks in a row in the winter of 25, I'd tell you you're crazy.
John, you missed the fun part. I thought I had to take over.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. I was trying to look up Tommy Fleetwood's wins this year to see if he had another one, because I thought he did have another win outside of the Tour Championship, but I think I searched it up in the same tab that I had this live stream on.
Jeez, buddy.
Yeah. Amateur
It
hour.
is just episode 41. We're not seasoned professionals yet.
Don't take a week off from the show because you might not.
Yeah, you might forget how to do it.
Yeah. So where are you guys at? You're at Gary Player?
Yeah, Gary
Player.
Player.
I just said John dipped out in a perfect time for me to have to segue into Gary friggin' Player again.
Well, Gary Player actually made headlines this week for 2 stories, not just one.
Ooh.
First was that he's walking back his comments about the Ryder Cup being the worst event in the world. I don't know if you guys caught that one. I'll pull up his statement, put out a full letterhead statement from the Black Knight brand.
I think walking back is putting it nicely. I think totally contradicting what he said is actually what's happening.
I'll read it.
Yeah,
I'll read it. I won't read the whole thing, but I'll read the first few lines. It has been brought to my attention that recent media reports have stated that I wish to see an end to the Ryder Cup competition. Nothing could be farther from the truth. I hold its organizers, the PGA of America and the Ryder Cup Europe, in the highest regard. Obviously, with my South African roots, I never played in the Ryder Cup, but throughout my career, I've loved competing in the match play format, as is evidenced by my 5 wins in the World Match Play events at Wentworth. Quickly made this statement about himself, right, and not really about the Ryder Cup at all. My comments about the Ryder Cup were intended to be a warning that this great tournament is at risk of coming to an end if the recent behavior in New York is allowed to continue, or even worse, escalate farther at future events. He went on, he said a bunch of stuff about that, and then he said, There were thousands of supporters and workers at Bethpage who behaved in a manner of how golf tournaments should be characterized. From the players to the fans, let's work together to make the Ryder Cup future shine bright. So
Yeah, that's what abolish it means to me too.
yeah, because he had previously said abolish the Ryder Cup, did he not?
His words were,
Yes.
yes, I would like to see them abolish, and then it parenthesizes the Ryder Cup, but that's what he was talking about. And
The alternative
goes on to explain why.
The alternative definition for abolish means it's going to go away if the fans don't start acting better. That's what I've always heard. So I agree. I think what he's banking on, honestly, is that people will be like, oh yeah, old man. That's cute. Look at him. He's got a little dementia or whatever. Gary, you can't, like, if you say it, you say it, bro. Stand on it. Stand on it.
His
And if you
official,
like, maybe if there's a little miscommunication, that's one thing. But this is, like Ryan said, this is just completely the opposite. It's not walking it back. It's
Denial.
just going a whole different direction. He sprinted his 90-year-old ass in the opposite direction right after he got the blowback from it.
Yeah, his actual comments about it, quote, yes, I would like to see them abolish it. And I'll tell you why. Nobody loves golf more than me, but I love golf to such an extent that I sat there and cringed. The whole world was watching, and all you heard was F this and F that, and you see people misbehaving. So Gary Player put out a tweet. His tweet was titled Ryder Cup Clarification. Clarification does not sound like it has been brought to my attention that recent media report, like he's straight up walking back what he said, because he said he wants to abolish the event. So,
yeah, he's straight contradicting what he said. And secondly, what's the need for the second paragraphs about the 4 or 5 wins he had that has zero to do with the Ryder Cup? Maybe that's maybe that's just like his backsided way of justifying how he thinks he's the third best player to ever play because he won those few tournaments. I don't know. No, disagree. You said what you said. Now you're contradicting yourself. It's either you want to. He really shouldn't be speaking on it because he doesn't play in it. Not because he doesn't have a golf mind, not because he's not great, but because he doesn't play in the tournament. And as we've said on this show, and as many people have said, in 3 days, if you have 150,000 people, if 1,000 of them act like idiots, that's not indicative of the whole thing. The media is definitely going to pick up on the negative behavior because it sells, it clicks. So nobody wants to see the Ryder Cup abolished, and it's not ever going to be abolished, no matter what he says.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of on like a press tour right now. I don't know what he's gunning for, but he's also 90. Like, I kind of feel bad, and it's just like,
oh God, see, that's what he wants, Joey. Come on.
I know, okay, but also, why are you? But and to your point, why are you walking it? Like, just don't even. You could have totally let this slip under the rug. Honestly, whoever pointed it out first, I hope it wasn't us, that he totally misquoted and walked back what he said. It's like, probably should have let that one slide. He's 90. I'm sure he's not. Granted, whoever's proofreading his tweets surely is not 90. So that's on them. Fire them and hire somebody new immediately. But yeah, I don't know what he's gunning for because he's just staying in the media. Kind of here for it. I told Hutch last week, like, you're 90. You got nothing to lose. Stand on it. Say you're the best player in the world, not even third best. Like, I want to see him just keep at it.
We do have confirmation that Gary Player, 90 years old, will be teeing it up at the PNC Championship. So PNC Championship, December 18th to 21st, Ritz-Carlton Golf Club. We know it pretty well now.
That's exactly what I want. Less Tiger, more player.
We have, this is a pretty big event now. Just what it's grown to, just mainly because of Tiger really elevating it. But it's always been like a fan favorite thing to kind of throw on the TV during the holidays, like that weekend prior to the holidays. Trevor Immelman and his son, I think it's his son Jacob, right?
I think so.
You have Steve Stricker and Izzy, Justin Leonard and Luke Leonard, Lee Trevino, Daniel Trevino, Annika Sorenstam, and Will McGee are confirmed again for this year. BJ Singh, Cass Singh, Marco Mira and Sean, Bernard Langer and Jason, Matt Kuchar and Cameron, Podrick Harrington and Patty, John Daly and John Daly II, David Duval and Brady Duval, and then Gary Player. So quite the field is shaping up.
I have a question.
Not committed.
I have a bigger question. So if Bernhard Langer basically gets to tee off from the 200-yard marker on every hole, where is Gary Player going to be teeing off from?
He starts on the
Novice
front of
tees.
every green.
God.
What if Tiger lets Charlie play with Gary? Then we can just have a good way to we'll meet in the middle.
Yeah, all's forgiven if that happens. I was going to suggest that Charlie and Tiger enter, but with the provision that Charlie just gets to play a scramble
shots.
with himself. Yeah, he just gets to hit every shot twice.
That'd be sick.
Honestly, like they could do that. Like there's nothing stopping them from doing that. Like we've already seen in the past that Tiger could just not hit a drive on a given shot,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, if
But I'm
Tiger is
saying
up,
they changed the rules to where Charlie gets to hit every shot twice. Tiger doesn't hit a
I
single
see.
shot.
I see.
Which, I mean, they changed the rules to let Tiger in every signature event for the rest of his life. So why not?
They could enter the tournament, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
if they really want to give golf some buzz to end the year, you know, if Tiger's able to, you know, hit wedges, hit chip shots, and hit putts, I could see them potentially doing it. But again, we have no idea where things are at. It's only been, well, I guess we are coming up to, are we coming up to a couple months since the surgery now?
No, so
Or-
I thought the announcement came after mine, right? Because we talked
Yeah.
about how I just had surgery. Mine has just tomorrow will be 5 weeks since I had mine.
Okay. So yeah,
So I'm
he's
thinking
not
he's coming
that.
up on a month.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so we're still pretty early in there in that
Yeah.
recovery.
I don't think
so
PNC is happening, unfortunately.
I don't think it's happening either. You never know, I guess. Like I do remember that first micro that he had
Mhm.
in April, and he was at the Quicken Loans in
Yeah.
June.
There's just
I
no
think
Which
he
is-
rushed that one.
He did rush it and he didn't play very well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But a couple things go into that too. Like one, this latest surgery was obviously a lot more severe than a micro. And then two, like he's 11 years older.
Yeah.
3, 11 more years worth of injuries and just shit that's happened to his body. A lot of
Yeah.
trauma. So I just don't think he can push it to be back that quick. Now, I just go back to like what I was told with my back surgery, like 3 months, and then he'll let me chip and putt, right? Like, and that's the thing with like these lower back surgeries and injuries like that is like standing up to hit a driver is a lot less painful than it is to chip and putt because it's just that slight bend over that you have to do to get down over it that hurts more. So I don't know that he could even physically do it, unfortunately.
It's not even. It's for in his book. It's not worth it. Even if like the only
No.
reason it was ever a thing, like when Charlie was younger, was I don't think
For
it was ever
Charlie.
like it was never like a plea to present Charlie to the world. It was like the genuine purpose of it. It was a bonding moment, and they got to do it. Charlie's kind of doing his own thing now. It'd be great to watch, but absolutely, even if he was healthy or like half healthy, even if this was like 3 months from now or whatever, I don't think it would be the risk to reward is absolutely not there whatsoever.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys good to go? Good if we wrap it there. I think we've covered quite a bit of ground, unless there's any other topics, football or anything else you guys want to chat about today, or was it a slow week in football, or what went on there?
I hate the Atlanta Falcons organization.
John,
You
why do that?
scumbag pieces of trash. You mismanaging.
It was a good
game
week in
management.
It was a good week in Germany.
Yeah, these game management losers. Raheem Morris, trash. Arthur Blank, trash. Zach Robinson, triple trash. Michael Penix went 12 for 28. We got 7 sacks. We bloodied Daniel Jones to death almost. And somehow we lost that game.
It's because
I
Bijan
hate
didn't
this
have 50 touches.
organization. But I will say, I did get a signed Matt Ryan jersey, and I'm over the moon about it. That's the only positive to come out of this trash bag organization in the last 3 weeks, because we keep losing. We're going to lose to the Panthers next week, too.
Oh yeah.
Let me get off my high horse for a second. Y'all talk about your stuff. I just had to get that off my chest. Screw you, you Atlanta Falcons, you frauds.
I think that covered it. I stand with you. That was me with
Somebody's
Tennessee.
got to have some kind of like. I know Ryan's a Colts fan, so he was excited about it. But did you
Yes.
think, honestly, Ryan? Did you think that our head coach mismanaged that game horribly?
Yeah.
At the end of
Little
both
bit.
halves, he could have called timeouts, and we would have had much more time to try to score.
Yes, I agree. There was a lot of weird things in that game. I thought Atlanta deserved to win that game, to be honest. But I thought the refs were horrible in that game on
Yeah.
both sides of the ball.
They really were.
The non-holding calls, the bad spots, and then we don't even have to talk about
Whatever happened.
whatever the hell happened at the end of the fourth quarter and
And
then
overtime.
and then the
The coin
overtime
toss.
rules.
The coin toss.
He got the home team wrong. I get it. You're in Germany, but come on, man. That's a rookie mistake. You can't make that. I mean, obviously, glad the Colts got the win. Jonathan Taylor is, in my opinion, the MVP of the league right now. I know that that's hard to give to a running back in this day and age, but he played
Quarterback award,
amazing.
unfortunately.
And Danny threw a couple of great balls there at the end. So yeah, but the Falcons didn't manage that game well. But to be fair, neither
We
did
never
the
do.
Colts in the first half. Like the time manager was like, "What are we doing here?" They didn't call a timeout with like 30 some seconds left, and I don't know what they were doing. So
A game with two of probably the top 3 or 4 running backs in the league, and only one of them got to be showcased.
Yeah.
Because we refused to use our guy.
He needs to
It's
go.
just
Get out of there.
sickening. He wants out. Drake London wants out. I don't blame any of them. I want out. As a fan, I want out. But I bleed this shit for some reason, and I'm never going to get out. It's horrible. It's horrible. John, did you watch the Falcons game?
I did not. I did not watch.
I tell you what, it was cool. I don't know if you guys saw this. I saw it on Twitter. There was a picture like of a certain angle of the stadium, like from inside the stadium. And it was the same angle that somebody had taken a photo during the 36 Olympics.
Oh,
So it's kind of cool to see how like the stadium really hasn't changed all that much from the Olympics almost 100 years ago. It was pretty cool. I like those games. I think it's kind of crazy that we don't have a bye week this week, but whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to lose the Panthers either way.
Were those Olympic games? Was that the last time the Falcons won a Super Bowl?
And honestly, we've never we had one in 2016. It was actually in February of 2017 if you don't
It was an
count the
asterisk
fourth
thing.
quarter.
Right.
Yeah.
exactly.
That was
That was cloned to Tom Brady, by the way. That wasn't even really him. So
Tom Brady's into that cloning stuff. I'm sure. Did you see that, John? Tom Brady cloned his dog.
No, I didn't even see that.
yeah,
He
it's
cloned his
weird.
dog,
Hmm.
which is
we're gonna
very
clone
interesting.
John. We're gonna clone John, so Hutch doesn't have to freak out about hosting next
To
time.
host again, yeah. Man,
I had to
yeah,
just
I don't
give
know.
you a minute of stress there earlier, just to see if you could do it.
Just see if I could do it. I jumped right in. I was ready to roll, but anything exciting else happen for y'all though?
Nope. I
Balls
think
didn't lose. Bye
Did
week.
Tennessee lose?
No, we didn't lose. We had a bye week. Can't lose the bye week.
Oh, can't lose that. Who you got this week?
New Mexico State homecoming game, and then you go Florida Vandy. So let's clean up the year with 2 losses, go 7-5, and watch a dumpster fire in the offseason.
What's going to happen? They're going to fire people?
No, they're not going to fire it. Well, they might fire Tim Banks or some coordinators, but they won't fire Josh.
They won't fire Hypo.
Now they shouldn't.
John,
Best thing we've had.
John, how's hockey going? Because you're the hockey correspondent. I need to know that stuff because I know nothing about hockey.
Well, I can tell you that the Eastern Conference is just absolutely stacked. I've never seen such little separation between the last place team and the first place team. Like it's crazy. Like if you look at the standings, between like 16th place Buffalo Sabres and Carolina Hurricanes, first place, like 8 points separate the first and last place teams in the conference, which is wild. Like, and then if you look at like the Atlantic Division, where my Senators are in, it's like every team is essentially above 500, their record. So it's literally just a crapshoot. Like, we'll see who finishes 1, 2, 3 this season for the Atlantic,
Yeah.
but it's going to be just wild. It's so competitive, so many good teams. And even the teams down at the bottom, they're still in the race. Like they're still in it. So anything could happen. See what happens.
The
My
only hockey
Senators-
thing that I saw this
Yeah.
week was that goalie trying to steal Ovechkin's 900th goal puck.
Oh, yeah. It's just
I
a
saw
joke, I
that.
think.
Was it a joke? I saw it and I was like, oh man, that's kind of scumbag, but whatever.
I thought it was just like, was it actually serious? Like,
I don't know. I saw where he said he was always going to give it back, and then I saw
Yeah.
Ovechkin kind of refused to comment on it. So I was like, oh, maybe there
Yeah.
was something serious to it. Maybe he really was trying to steal that thing. Which,
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
hey,
know.
if he gave it up, you scored it on me, bro. I need my memento. Give me some.
Early nominee for like play of the year, all sports, that Indiana catch. Like that's got to go down
That
as like
was.
I don't know. Did
probably the play of the year in all sports.
you see that
It
fix?
broke Gus Johnson.
You see that big old lineman take that interception back and literally dragged the entirety of probably the state with him.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
I think just the magnitude of the moment of that game and where Indiana was, it's just like that was.
Yeah, that was.
I've
nuts.
never seen the reaction to that, like Herb Street's reaction to that, like in the booth when I saw that on X earlier. I was like, wow, that because he wasn't calling that game. I just thought it was amazing. I mean, I couldn't believe that he actually got his foot in, but I mean, sure enough, he did.
Hey,
Yeah,
special
good.
shout
That was
out to
great.
that special shout out to that bicycle kick in the middle of a snowstorm yesterday. My city of Ottawa somehow made Barstool, so that's an achievement.
Well, that answers
know.
my question because I was wondering what the CPL was, and I guess it's the Canadian Premier League, I'm assuming.
You just learned what it was, so
Yeah. Well,
there
I
it
saw the
is.
video, and then now that you're saying my Ottawa, and then it was snowing. So, yeah, all things I associate with Canada.
yeah, that
think-
game was in Ottawa. Ottawa won. I've never actually been to an Atletico Ottawa game, but pretty cool. I mean, I'm surprised they actually played, to be honest. I think those conditions were grounds for postponement. I mean, you kick the ball and it rolls and then it just stops. Like,
Yeah.
those are not realistic conditions for a soccer tournament, let alone a final.
Why are they having a
So-
soccer tournament in November in Canada?
Well, that's the Canadian Premier League. Yesterday was the final. It's the end of the season. So, I mean, you could get
bubble domes.
we do, but like they played in a stadium. Like you can believe it. Like that's where our CFL football team plays. Same stadium.
Is that the Red
Red
Blacks?
Blacks.
The Red Blacks. Yeah.
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
ready.
baby.
Don't get too excited.
I'm
But
fired up.
there were 12,000 fans yesterday at that that final in the snow. We had a full-on blizzard yesterday. Yesterday was our first full-on snowstorm. So
Nice. I think three of us
Wow.
were definitely today years old when we learned what CPL meant.
Yeah.
Had no clue.
well, now you know.
He said my Ottawa, and I'm like, oh, got it. Canadian Premier League. Duh. Obviously, snow, cold, soccer, Canada.
Still pretty crazy. Like it did go viral and it was all over the internet yesterday. So pretty cool.
It was a sick goal. I mean, I can't imagine like being a fan that's super invested in that and watching that game. That had to be just intense. Such a crazy experience as a fan, I would imagine.
I mean, even if that goal just happened in normal conditions, it would be viral. But like for it to, I think it went even crazier because of the weather. Like
Yeah.
the weather, imagine a bicycle kick in the final in that weather. It's crazy.
That's wild, bro. Ryan, you got to
Anyways.
complain about something, bro. You got to give us something. What are you unhappy about in sports?
Sorry, my technical difficulties earlier. I must have missed that. What am I unhappy about in sports? Tiger Woods is not playing golf.
Can't hate that. Can't hate it.
Fair. I agree.
That's-
I've come to
that's-
grips with that, though.
That's my biggest gripe over the last several years, since 2019. That's my biggest gripe of all the sports.
Fair.
Hutch, I do not see Sunday Red on your chest today, and that looks like some sort of knockoff animal of some sort on that vest.
On the vest, so this is for Countryland Golf Course, which is like a local small track around here. It's where we all learn
Some
to
sort
play
of
golf.
spider of some sort.
No free ads.
Yeah, it's a listen. They're going to be thrilled that they get this shout out. Countryland Golf Course, which is it doesn't have a range. It's kind of a used to be a goat pasture, but it's home to a lot of people around here that just learned to play golf there. I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for Countryland. And just for the record,
Oh my
Okay.
god.
there,
Of
there you go.
3 layers in your own house just to get the Sunday on.
Okay.
I'm loyal to the game, baby. I'm loyal to the brand.
This guy showers with Sunday red on.
I got a Sunday red towel. Actually, it's right over there.
Do you have the Ospreys?
I do.
Oh my god.
They're comfortable,
do.
bro. I'm
They
telling
look
you, gotta
nice.
get some. You gotta try
Yeah.
them because they're so comfortable.
Did you
Alright.
guys
Did you ever
Did you get the catalog in? I got the catalog in 2 days ago for the winter collection.
Hell no. I got
How'd you get the
emailed about it.
catalog?
Yeah, guys. I mean, I signed up.
They know he's gonna buy everything anyway. They don't need
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
They
saying
shipped
nothing.
you a catalog?
That's what
What's
I
that?
need. They
Yeah,
ship
so
you
they
a
sent the
catalog,
winter
like a
catalog.
physical.
Physically in my mailbox, like the one where he's sitting there in the like the chrome puffer jacket.
Yeah.
Like that was in there. The new hoodies, the new like cashmeres, the Ospreys
Ooh.
were in there. Yeah.
Did any of y'all ever get the golf shoes? Like any of the golf shoes?
I did
No.
get them, but I ordered the gray ones, and unfortunately there was a small issue with those, and so I had to send those back. And then when I went to reorder my size in the white ones, out of stock.
Tough.
So I had a similar thing, Ryan. Like I ordered them the day they came out, and somewhere between me ordering a size 14 and me actually paying, that 14 got changed to a size 7. So I spent like a week super excited. They came in, I unwrapped it out of the shipping container, and I'm like, damn, this box looks a little bit small, bro. Like, I don't know. So then when I opened it, I was like, oh, these are like for children. Like, what the hell is happening here? And then I went back and looked at the order confirmation, and I'd actually ordered a size 7. So they don't, at the time, they didn't do like exchanges. They would let me return it, but then, and I'm sure you found that out too. You could return it, but you can't exchange. So I had to reorder. Fortunately, size 14 didn't really go quickly, so I was able to get new ones. And I love those golf shoes. I mean, I can't play golf right now, but I love those golf shoes.
No, they're super nice.
So did you put the inserts with the bubbles in them at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Those are way better than regulars.
Yep.
God,
Agreed.
we're just Sunday Red. Hit us up, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I don't have anything. To I'll have plenty.
I got ambassador experience, SDR. Come on, son. Been here for like 5 years.
All right, fellas. I think we're going to wrap it up there. As always, you can find our show on X live on YouTube. After the show is complete, you can get the replay over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Subscribe, leave us a review. We appreciate the support. And until next week, we will be back for the next episode of the Nuclear Golf Podcast. My name is John. Been joined tonight by Joey from Scheffler Fans, Ryan from JT Legion, and Hutch Bennett, our Nuclear Golf ambassador. Have a great rest of the week, everyone, and we will see you next week for the next episode of the Nuclear Golf Podcast.